of us has our own unique background and story of how we became a part of Chiefs Kingdom.
Our reach is far and wide, with fans all over the world cheering on our Kansas City Chiefs.
Everyone donning the red and gold has figuratively signed that mutual agreement and come together for one common purpose.
For 76,000 of us at a time, to descend upon Arrowhead, man our stations, let out our loudest battle cry to the tune of 142.2 decibels, and make that stadium rock until our opponents beg for mercy.
We are unrelenting in our pride for this city, these players, and this team. This is the show for the Allies, Arrowhead Allies.
And welcome to Arrowhead Allies, guys. It is great to be back with you, and it's great to be joined by our guest this week. He is a former Tennessee Volunteer, most recently an all Big 12 performer for the Oklahoma Sooners. And hey, they're coming to the SEC, so it all works out in the end. It is Chiefs' third-round pick, Wanya Morris. Wanya, welcome to the show. How's everything going, my friend?
Man, what's up? Good to be here. Everything's going good. Glad to be in this position.
Well, it's great to have you there. You're at OTAs have just began. Just kind of what's the last few days been like for you as OTAs have gotten underway?
Just constant learning, leaning on those big guys. Just trying to get into the flow of things, because it's a new norm for me. So I'm trying to get adjusted to everything.
Hey, Wanya, you spent some time at Tennessee and then you transferred to Oklahoma. What led to that transfer?
Just the coaching change and stuff like that. As simple as that.
You played a lot of time. And what tackle do you like? Do you like to play left tackle or right tackle? What do you favor?
Either one works for me. I've got just as comfortable at both, really. So the switch doesn't faze me at all.
I love it. Hey, man. So, Wanya, being drafted to the Chiefs, of course, we all know defending Super Bowl champions. But, the Chiefs has a rich history of, Hall of Fame linemen and things like that. Like once your name was called, you were drafted as a Chief. Have you been able to do any research to, study the Will Shields, the Brian Waters, the Willie Roof, and, other greats?
We tend to talk about those guys in meetings because, Coach Haig always loves referring back to those guys because they've been doing it for years and playing online and nothing new about it. You could just learn things from those greats. So that's a good thing Coach does in our meetings. He ends up interpreting those guys into it anyway. So I'm learning as I go because you don't really have much time to aside from learning the playbook. Hey, you don't really got much of the time.
Okay.
Wanya, talk about you're from Tennessee, then you transitioned to Oklahoma. Obviously, you were at Tennessee when Trey Smith was there. You guys are reunited here in Chiefs Kingdom. Talk about your friendship and what it's like reuniting.
It's definitely great, man. Just being back with my big brother again. Not many people get drafted to where the person who basically recruited them to Tennessee or wherever they went. Trey's like a big brother to me. And being back with him just bring back old memories, and hopefully we can reignite those old flames, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And it's just like definitely helps better too. He gives just good advice because he's been through that. He's been in a rookie trying to play situation. So,
hey, so Wanya, being a pro, being at the draft, me, my guy Clint, Noah, Brian, we were there, and it's a question that a lot of people are asked because now you're a pro. Who are those guys that you looked at growing up that, on the line that you like, man, I want to be like that, or I can be like that, if I put the work in?
All the great tackles. I feel like Jake Matthews, Joe Thomas, Juwan Taylor. It's actually crazy because I play with him now. So,
crazy.
Donovan Smith, him too. Fisher, that was here.
Okay, Fish.
You got Fish. A lot of people, Trent Williams, Ken Robinson. It's a lot of them guys.
Okay. And how does that feel, man? Just like you said, Taiwan was somebody that you looked up to and was like, I want to emulate his game. man, how does it feel just to be able to, like, you're an NFL player now, you know, you're in the league, you really know it's real, OTAs and everything is going on. Just like, what is that feeling? So you can tell, because some guys who don't make the league, you know, they try their hardest, they don't make it, but you actually have, you know, this gift to be doing so. Just what's your thoughts of it all?
Blessed, man. I only got one person to thank, and that's God. And after that, thank my support system, man. Just for being with me the whole way. You know, you got to be truly chosen and blessed to play this game, and God chose me, so I'm gonna take full advantage of it.
Amen. Amen. Hey, Wanya, when you transferred to Oklahoma, did you get to know Creed Humphrey at all?
Yeah, I got there actually when he was getting ready to leave, so I talked to him for a brief period. And then, you know, him and Trey connected when they got up to Kansas City. You know, I talked to Trey a lot. And then I was like, yeah, I talked to Creed a few times. And we ended up bonding more from there.
That's definitely got to help the growth. And looking back, watching the Super Bowl, I mean, I want you to be honest with us because you're an honest guy and you're a hell of a guy. When you were watching the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles, who were you rooting for and why?
I honestly, it didn't matter to me. Because it was like at that point, I guess I realized how much closer I am to that next step. And I was just like, you know, I'm just looking for a good game. But that's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see some good football played.
Hey, Wanya, there are some ferocious DNs in the AFC West, man. Let's see. You got Bosa with the Chargers, and then you got Max Crosby with the Raiders. I just wanted to see, do you have any experience against any of those DNs that are in the AFC West? And if so, what is your anticipation like going up against these guys?
I gotta think. Okay. I don't think I have any experience against anybody in the AFC. I don't think. I have to go back and look, but I don't think so. But just watching film those guys, it's gonna be fun to have that matchup, you know, just to get to go against elite talent like that, because I get to go out there and show my best, and that's what he's gonna do also. So, you know, just knowing I'm gonna get that guy across from his best makes me just want to go harder, and it's fun, you know. The game's supposed to be fun, and I find that very enjoyable, like going against elite people.
One year we've seen Rashee Rice, his pictures of him putting on his 4 jersey for the first time. We got to see the pictures of you, Mr. Morris, in your uniform. Have you put it on and like taken the picture yet and like really let it sink in? Because I think you're number 64 for this season. So have you had that moment yet of like, oh my gosh, I've got the uniform on and we're really doing this?
I haven't yet, but when I do, y'all will be the first to know. Y'all will be the first to know.
I love it. Hey, so we talked about Taiwan. Now, you know, the Chiefs have Donovan Smith over there. What are the biggest things, you know, that you think you're going to be able to take away, you know, from, you know, playing with these guys who have been ballers in the NFL for quite some time?
Their knowledge, man. You know, they've been in enough situations and experiences to where they know so much and they learn so much on the fly. So just being able to be behind the guys and learn from the guys just because of their knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can never stop learning. And that's one thing they taught me, that you can never stop learning. You know, you can learn something new every time you go somewhere different and every different year, because people evolve, people adapt. So that means you got to just keep learning, keep adapting to those things. And that's one big thing they taught me.
In the last several years, Andy Reid has had plays where he has thrown touchdown passes to his offensive guard or his offensive tackle. Andrew Wiley was in a pass pattern on second goal from the 4-yard line on the Chiefs' last touchdown drive, but the safety recognized it and Patrick Mahomes had to throw it away. Do you feel athletic enough, if your number's called as tight end eligible, that you're able to go in there and make a catch if Patrick Mahomes throws it to you? If Andy Reid calls your number, are you ready to catch the ball?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a poster. Like that's gonna be a memorable moment. Like they gonna be like, oh dang, he might be able to do this a lot more. It's gonna be scary. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, that was gonna be my next question. Like, would you prefer to run in a touchdown, playing like fullback or H-back, or would it be catching a touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes?
Behind my O-line, I'll run it for sure. But I can pass it too, though. That's what I'm saying. You know, like I ran one in high school, so I'd probably I'd probably catch one now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wanya, talk a little bit about you mentioned a little bit, but what you've learned from some of these veterans, Donovan Smith, Joe Tooney, even Creed and Trey, who have been in the league for a couple years now, and also one of the best, if not the best, offensive line coaches in the game, Andy Heck.
Just the little things, the fundamentals, the things. They just like seeing those guys you rep it every day. Like it's the monotonous things that you have to do that really just make you great. And they've proven that, so that's what I'm taking the touch to. Like we relearning the fundamentals right now. Just focusing on that every day, getting better at something every day. So that's really what they preach, you know. And it's easy to get along to that and ride with that because they've done it. They've been in that position before, so they're not lying. You know?
I got a 2-part musical question for you.
Here we
go. You know the Boyz II Men ties or whatever. But what is your least favorite Boyz II Men song?
What?
Least
No
favorite.
such thing, Brian.
I don't think I have one. I don't.
They're all big.
They're all good.
So, okay, let me ask you this. Wanya is known as like the beggar of Boyz II Men. Like he the one that'll get on his knees in the middle of the rain and start singing his heart out and all that. When Boyz II Men is playing in a song, what part do you take? Are you a baritone? Are you a I don't remember. Are you soprano? Or do you sing the high parts? What parts do you sing? The background parts, the ad libs?
I try to get all the parts in if I can. Look, I can't sing, but I'm gonna try and get all the parts in. And if I hit one spot, somebody gonna hear about it. If I hit the right one, somebody gonna hear about it.
Well, Wanya, the Chiefs, did a lot to address the offensive line this offseason, bringing in Juwan Taylor, Donovan Smith. They've got tackles like Niang already on the roster. So what, when you're talking about your role with this team, is it kind of one of those situations where you've got to be, you got to be versatile, you got to be ready to go, you got to be even ready to move inside if called upon? Do you feel like that you could do that if you needed to just, for a game, move into guard, say? Is that part of your game?
Hey, I'm ready to do whatever they ask me to do. That's what I'm here for, That's my job, is to do whatever they ask me to do.
I'm sure the coaching staff, I'm sure Coach Heck loved to hear that. That's probably the perfect answer. That's like what Forrest Gump told the drill instructor in the Army. Because you told me to, Sergeant. It's perfect. I mean, as a coaching staff, gotta love that.
Yeah.
I thought Forrest said, I gotta pay.
That was later, Brian.
Looking back in your childhood, when you were growing up and you're like 7 or 8 or 9, 10 years old, what football star did you grow up? Who was your hero? Who was your football star? Who was your favorite football star growing up?
I was a big Marcus Mariota fan. That's crazy, right? Yeah, I was a big Marcus Mariota fan. And Marcus Mariota, Deshaun Watson, I was big fans of them.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why them. That's really it. For real, Michael Vick. I really like quarterbacks,
Well, Marcus Mariota threw a touchdown pass to himself in the playoff game here 5 years ago. He threw it.
I remember that.
Yeah, Darrelle Revis tipped it back to him, and at least Mariota can hang that on his cap, on his mantle when he goes to bed. I threw a touchdown pass to myself at Arrowhead Stadium in the playoffs. So
nobody's ever done that before.
No, Mariota.
Hopefully not again either.
Go ahead, Clint.
No, this is here in a second. We're going to actually have a fan question from a 9-year-old Alex. I think actually he's in here. Wanya, this is a treat. We have our friend here, Alex Brown. He's going to come in to ask you a question here. He's got a question for you, and he is in the stream. And look at that.
Okay.
He's a big Chiefs fan. So
Absolutely.
What's up, Alex?
Alex, can you hear us? Alex, can you hear us, my friend?
What's up, Alex?
Alex, can you hear us, buddy?
Oh man, he's going in and out.
Oh no,
He got that Chiefs chair. I need that chair.
that is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
That's a
We all
nice
do.
chair.
Alex is
I'm
muted
pretty big
there.
on
I think Alex might be muted. So
Yeah, they're
Wanya,
working something real quick. So
this is something, Wanya, that when you come here, you're a Chiefs for life, man. The fans immediately kind of take to you. Do you feel like that you've just been surrounded by, by love and by adulation since becoming a Chief? How's the fans kind of treated you so far?
Oh, definitely. Hey, the kingdom definitely welcomed me, and I love being a part of it. Just being able to meet people like Alex, it gives you opportunities like that, and you don't get those opportunities everywhere, They really care about their football because, that's what Kansas City is. It's about football.
absolutely. And Wanya, talk a little bit about what you're going to bring here to Chiefs Kingdom, some of the skills, some of your strengths, and then maybe one thing that you need to work on moving forward.
I just want to be the best player I can be every day. If that's me being a better person and being a better man, any possible way I could just help my community and just help myself strive to be better. I'm going to be a hardworking person, very persistent, consistent. One thing I need to work on. There's a lot of stuff I can work on, so that's a hard question to answer. You can never stop getting better.
Whatever the coaching staff tells you, right?
Okay.
We're going to try Alex again. Alex, I think you might still be on mute there.
You got to unmute yourself. What's up, Alex?
You might have done it right there.
Still not getting any audio there. This is it. This is live television, folks. This is live streams. This is how it goes.
This is how it works. Hopefully Alex can get that fixed, really soon. Wanya, question. So other than football, were there any other sports that you played or excelled at?
I wouldn't say excelled, but I hooped a little bit.
Okay.
There we go.
Because you're pretty athletic. I'm like, he might have played basketball.
Yeah, I could hoop a little bit. Another thing I did field events. I did the big man relay too, the 4x1.
Woo.
Yeah, and I was the anchor.
Oh man,
you know what that says. You know what that means. You know what that means.
Yeah. What's your fastest? Everybody does a 40. What's your fastest 100?
I'm kind of big, so like I'm gonna say like it was either low 12 or 11 something. I'm not that slow. I'm not that slow. I'm
yeah,
quick,
that ain't bad at all. I know dudes that's 170 that can't run that fast. So that's impressive.
Hey, I got an idea, fellas. Let's indoctrinate Wanya right now into the barbecue culture in Kansas City. And the idea, we're the barbecue capital of the world, dog. It ain't no argument. Texas, Memphis, Carolinas, whatever. Y'all ain't got nothing on Kansas City. Right?
I love them all.
So Wanya, this is what you should do. Tell us your favorite, but build your barbecue plate. Give us 2 meats, give us a side, give us a dessert and a drink. 2 meats, a side, a dessert, and a drink, and we'll go down the line and we'll tell you which barbecue spot you should go to based on your selections.
You said 2 meats.
2 meats.
2 sides.
Go ahead, 2 sides. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
A dessert and a drink.
Okay.
Take your time, man.
2 meats.
We can play the Jeopardy music too.
I don't have the rights. I don't have the rights to that, Brian.
Oh, my bad.
Okay,
we can't even hum it.
Of course, we're gonna have some ribs.
All right, ribs.
That has to be the first one. And some
you got burnt ends. You got pulled pork.
Brisket.
You got brisket. You got whatever you want, man. Yes, sausage, chicken. Wings, get your wing pack.
Probably some wings.
Wings, okay, cool. Barbecue wings and ribs, 2 sides.
Baked beans.
Gotta have them.
There you go.
Baked beans. Gotta have the baked beans. I'm talking about one with the meat in them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I got the spot for you, baby. Come on with it. What's your other one? The where I'm talking about, the meat, the juices, they on the rack, and they drip they put the baked beans under the meat, and then it dribbles all that. I'm telling you, dog, it's
That
delicious.
sounds like cholesterol. I need to work out after that one.
One more side. It could be French fries, macaroni. It could be potato salad.
It gotta be good mac and cheese though. Like
facts.
It gotta be, the consistency gotta be nice.
Not rubbery.
It gotta be a little burnt. It gotta be a little burnt at the top.
At the top,
you know what I'm saying? It gotta be a little burnt at the top, and it gotta be cheesy. You know.
Gotta be macaroni.
It gotta be macaroni. It gotta be macaroni.
Right. What's your dessert?
Banana pudding.
Okay. I know you gotta go.
I'm gonna take you to another spot for that. and what you gonna wash it down with?
I don't stray far from water, but if I do, it gotta be a good like a Georgia sweet tea, like sweet tea.
Okay.
Thank you.
This
is SEC country here.
Tennessee influence.
Not no iced tea, like sweet tea.
Yes, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like tastes like grandma made that. You know.
Right.
Okay.
Borderline. You know.
Right. Okay, so you sound like I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna let you gentlemen take your time and choose what barbecue spot y'all gonna send them to. But I have got to send you to LC's. All right, it's my number one barbecue spot. It's the best in the world. Now it's a little slippery when you go in there, so watch yourself. I've seen Chris Jones in LC's before, so he knows about it. He knows about it for sure. So LC's, they got the ribs you want. They don't have macaroni. I'm going to send you to Peachtree to go get some of that, and the banana pudding too. You can go to Peachtree and get that. That's a soul food spot. I got you on that.
Okay.
LC's is my pick for Wanya though.
What's
your pick, gentlemen?
And we don't have a sponsor yet that's a barbecue place, so I can't go with anywhere else. Maybe we'll just we'll start courting LCs. That's perfect, and we can just make it all a big deal. We can all get together and do a live show from there.
Hey, I can do a live show at LC's.
Yeah, there you go.
Man. Look, man, we can make that happen, baby. Let's go.
We're going to schedule it right now.
Others in the comments saying Jack Stacks. We know there's Joe.
I had some Jack Stacks.
Yep.
I had some Jack Stacks.
They're number 3 on my list. I love Jack Stack.
I had Jack Stacks and Q39.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yes. Love Q39.
Trent McDuffie's a big Q39 guy. Trent McDuffie, cornerback. Yep. So we got we got plenty to offer, Wanya. You got time to really marinate into it and try them all.
Literally.
No time like the present, right? So hey.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
I got a question, Wanya. So you played at Tennessee, transferred to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's heading to the SEC in like 2 years. They're trying to get it worked out, trying to figure it out. So Oklahoma and the SEC, man, how's that going to look? Do you think the Sooners are a good fit for the Southeastern Conference? Because we're here in Missouri, man. This is SEC country. Mizzou football joined the SEC in 2012. So now Oklahoma joining us in there as well, man. That'll be pretty cool, huh?
Hey, all I know is they have the right people at hand to do what they're trying to do.
Okay.
They have the right people in their program to do what they're trying to do. And they've been recruiting some great players. So I have no doubt that they'll do their thing.
So, Alex, are you ready to go, Alex? Was he able to
Alex,
that is a no, apparently. I don't think so.
Is he muted?
My man Alex got to get his mic right.
Can you guys hear me?
There he is. Hey!
What's up, buddy?
You got it? Hello.
There we go.
Alex, hit it, man.
I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
You're doing
Don't
great.
be nervous. This is like a, we just chilling. We just chilling.
What's your question, Alex? Go ahead.
What are some of your strengths you can bring to the Chiefs, and have you set any goals for yourself for your rookie year?
Strengths. Definitely my strengths are just being athletic, being a new modern athletic tackle. It's not many people in the league that are just too big anymore. We're starting to be more athletic, more filled out. Another strength is, I come with a lot of knowledge and I'm always ready to learn, I just learn how, no matter how old you can get, you can always learn. And that's in every situation. So just always sit back sometimes and just listen to the people who are just trying to tell you something. And what was the last question?
Goals for your rookie season?
Goals. That's a big one. Some goals is just get better every day, and whatever situation I'm put in, just be ready for it, be prepared. Because that's the worst feeling ever, not being prepared for something that you look forward to for so long. So whatever situation presents itself, I just want to be prepared for it, and just be the best I could be in that situation.
Alex, that was a great question, man. We're all older guys in here, buddy. Now you've seen 2 Super Bowl championships since you've been just a little kid. All of us had to wait until we were in our 30s, man, and we're old now. So what's it been like growing up a Chiefs fan and just seeing the Chiefs be the kings of the mountain for so long? What's it been like for you?
It feels like being like famous. Chiefs is like Chiefs kingdom, man.
Yeah. It's like you wear your Chief stuff out and you feel like you're a big deal. People got to look at you and you're like, okay.
This isn't a Browns fan we're looking at. This is
right.
He's got some goals under his belt.
They got to say it with a little more respect.
Yeah.
That's right, Alex. Dude, thank you so much for your question. You did awesome.
Alex, before you go, I kind of wanted to get to Wanya here. Just, do you have any tips for Alex? I mean, obviously you've been very successful all the way growing up through your collegiate career. Now you've made it to the NFL. Just any advice for Alex here on just kind of how to be successful through life, who you need to listen to? You talked about preparation a little bit. Just what can you tell Alex?
Get your circle and keep your circle close to you. Because the ones who really there for you are going to be there regardless, through thick and thin, the good and the bad. And they're always going to give you the same advice no matter what. So stick to them and just keep loving your heart with everything you do. Always be good to everybody because you never know what somebody's going through. So just always be that helping hand or that leaning shoulder somebody needs, or if you need it, always depend on your family because your family never going to steer you wrong.
That's great advice. Alex, thanks for coming in, man. You're awesome.
Good job, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Great job,
buddy.
Great, buddy.
I'm jealous of Alex because I'm pretty sure, like, for most of his life, he's never seen the Broncos beat the Chiefs. and it was the opposite of me when I was growing up, because John Elway was in the middle of his career, just beating the Chiefs every week. Jake Plummer, don't do that. Oh, Lord. Brian Greasy, we want to do that?
Yeah.
Those guys are all way too old for Wanya, Brian. Way too old for Wanya.
Way too old for me.
Wanya, you're being an NFL player now. Of course, I know you're excited to be playing at one of the greatest stadiums in the world with the greatest fans, Arrowhead Stadium. What's that other stadium in the NFL that you like? Oh, I can't wait to step foot in there and step on that field. Well, what other field is that in what city?
Actually, I can't wait for the Germany game.
Whoa,
Germany!
That's going to be a whole different. Like, yeah, you get to play in everybody else's stadium, but like being able to play in Germany, that's a different feeling. Not everybody gets to experience that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I kind of appreciate that one.
Well,
you have the country and a new culture. Like that's a different vibe. You can't always say that.
Well, Wanya, since you did bring up that game in Germany, the locker room is going to tell you about Tyreek Hill talking smack. Tyreek Hill's already said he's going to beat the Chiefs when he plays them, and they ended up scheduling that game in Germany. So be ready for that trash talking, which I'm sure you will. But if you can give some trash talking back to Tyreek Hill, we would greatly appreciate it.
I'm gonna have to run to the other sideline and do that one, huh?
Yeah, it's true.
This is up from your sideline.
Hey, Juan, I want to know your perspective because you're a younger guy coming into the league, and some of the older guys, they might not want to travel overseas, and you seem to be very excited about that. Now, I'm talking about way later on down the line, it seems as if there's talk of the NFL trying to create a whole division overseas with 4 teams in different cities over there. Would you be open to that? Well, obviously you would be open to that, but would you sign with one of those teams, number one? And number two, do you think that's a advantage or disadvantage to be overseas if this division were to happen over there?
And that'd be baguettes instead of barbecue.
That's a very complex question right there. I don't know. It depends on how. It's just too many factors that plays into it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Like you said, it's a lot to think about. That's like relocating my whole family.
Yeah,
to a whole
and then
other
it's
country.
the travel.
It's-
Like that's my biggest thing when I think about you guys. You all are normal human beings. So for y'all to have to be on a plane for that amount of time, like it's like the NFL is really trying to do this, huh? And not like player safety. They voted on the Thursday game flex and stuff like that. So the player safety thing, I don't think they're taking that as serious as they say with some of the moves. I think the money is more important than the player safety, to be honest with you. And I think that's where all this is coming from.
Man, I'm new.
I can just say that, bro.
My bad. I'm talking to you like you a vet, dog. My bad.
That was pretty deep.
I'm new. I was like, wow.
So Wanya, you are younger. Do you remember NFL Europe at all?
No.
I think it disbanded before he was born. Seriously.
Yeah, that's
It used to be a
crazy.
developmental league over there. The Rhine Fire, the Barcelona Dragons.
Yeah, it used to be like a league. It was like summertime, and like a lot of them, like Kurt Warner. I'm pretty sure you heard of Kurt Warner. That's where he actually played in the NFL Europe.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Wanya, last thing for me here before we get you out of here. We can't be more thankful for your time. You've been so gracious with us here. But if there's one defensive end or defensive player, maybe you come in a few years and you're a starting guard and you can take on an Aaron Donald. But a defensive end or a defensive tackle, anyone on the defensive line, who are you looking forward to going against most?
Both of those for sure. Just because like they bring a different element to their game. Max Crosby, I hear everywhere that Max Crosby's that deal in real life. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see that one too. So if I get the chance this year for sure to go against Max and them, and that's gonna be fun.
Oh.
Yep, a lot of good ones in this division. And of course, Joey Bosa over there in Los Angeles. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
He got Chris Jones in practice. That's going to be the most fun. CJ will be doing
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure
he'll line up on the end.
I'm pretty sure he'll give me a good condition.
Get with Chris Jones in the locker room, man. He's a basketball player. He's got deceptive crossover ability. He can shoot. He's deceptively fast. So be careful going up against him.
I seen the video too.
And I think he's going to try to bust out a celebrity basketball game next year or something. So I'm going to be on the lookout for you, Wanya. Get in there. Hey, man.
Hey, tell him to invite me.
That's absolutely.
We'll get the word across.
It's been so great getting to know you, man. Thanks for coming on and hanging out with us. It's been such a pleasure. Can't wait to be cheering for you, man, for the next several years. Welcome to Kansas City, bud. And anything you need, you just hit us up, and we got you, man.
Welcome anytime.
Thank you, Wanya.
God bless, dog. Appreciate you,
man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That was cool.
That was awesome. Thank you to Wanya Morris for being a part of that. Thank you, guys. Thanks to Alex Brown for jumping in. Downtown Alex Brown, as Noah has nicknamed him.
Hey, there you go. Hey, look at that jersey.
That's a Tyreek jersey.
That's Pacheco, baby. That's Pacheco. The Super Bowl 57 logo.
Yeah, all right. I was about to say, man, we should have told him to not put the Tyreek jersey on.
No, that's legit.
That was dope.
If you see a 10 jersey and it's a Tyreek Hill one, I'll be wearing it. So
you're right. That's my
Side note, isn't it weird, like the progression of number 10 from the Chiefs? Like first, it was Trent Green's number, right? And it was like, man, can't nobody wear that
number first. That's the original.
Yeah, Pete.
Oh, Stoyanovich. Yeah, of course. And then, Terrence Copper, he came and, took over that number 10 for a few years. Terrence Copper. Come on now. Come on. The Matthew Slater of the Chiefs of the Todd Haley era.
Yeah.
And then, Tyreek took it, and he did his thing with the 10. But now, baby, when I look at 10, Michael, I don't think Tyreek no more. I think losing Isaiah Pacheco, baby. Yes, sir.
I think Tyreek
played in the Super Bowl with a torn labrum and just an unbelievable effort.
The original number 10, the guy who led us to Super Bowl 4, Mike Livingston. How can I forget about him?
Yeah. Would not have made the Super Bowl without Livingston coming in to spell an injured Lynn Dawson in the playoffs. You are correct, Brian. See, You never know what you're going to get here. Arrowhead Allies could bring in a 22-year-old rookie that wasn't alive when the NFL Europe was going on, or we could go back to 1969 with ease.
Man.
Or bring in a 9-year-old Alex Brown, ask a question.
Yes.
You span the ages.
It's all there.
Imagine he's going to grow up like, oh, all I know is the Chiefs winning Super Bowls, and we're like, nah.
Yeah, he's lucky.
Well, speaking of number 10, Noah's got something about later on in the week about number 10. Do you want to
That's right.
present that now, Noah, or do you want
He
to
probably has a graphic for that.
I probably there it is. Yes, Isaiah Pacheco's youth football camp, May 28th from 1 to 5 p.m. Boys and girls 6 to 16 at the Garmin Olathe Complex in Olathe, Kansas. Shane and I will be on hand to talk to Isaiah Pacheco himself. They'll have a small interview session. Then we'll check a little bit out of the camp and how that goes, how Isaiah trucks some kid or something. No, I'm sure that won't happen. But Shane and I will be there, well covered for Starcade Media.
I noticed the logo. KC is like erased out of that with Magic Eraser out of that logo.
Yeah, they couldn't get
Don't
the
want them lawsuits cracking, man.
Yeah,
the NFL ain't clearing that.
Brian, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, I always say, but you're right.
Yeah.
Great event. Excited to see what you guys can get there while I'm out on, like Lake of the Ozarks, just floating out with my Michelob Ultras, pounding them like Dr. Peppers out there.
Don't do that now.
I just made that up. I don't know.
Well, before we get out of here, let's talk real quick about the rule change today. I need some clearing up. What is this about a fair catch on a kickoff? Does that mean if you squib kick the ball with 3 seconds left in the game, that they can just take a knee and the opposing offense gets it at the 25? Talk to me about it. Fill me and our viewers in on what this new rule is about.
It's like college football. In college football, a guy can fair catch at the 10-yard line, and they're going to get the ball at the 25. So kind of, how some teams and special teams, they try to scheme where, just try to kick it a certain way so that maybe we can try to get them inside of the, 15 or 20 or whatever. It's no more. If you feel like you can't return it well, you can just fair catch wherever you are. So it pretty much takes that away. So I think you're going to see a lot of just kick the ball out of the end zone. So, there's no type of, return, or try to kick it as deep as possible and see if special teams is going to bring it out of the end zone. But no more like strategy, because sometimes I would see Harrison and I would be like, why is he not just kicking it out of bounds? But then I realized the Chiefs were scheming to try to, kick it short to maybe cause a fumble or something like that to, instead of the team starting at the 25.
Yeah, Tommy Townsend.
Yeah, do you find it odd that
penalty, so it's out to the 40?
Yes. Do you find it odd that this is a kickoff rule and Tommy Townsend's so upset about it?
Yeah, it is strange. I was going to bring that up, Shane. Noah put the graphic up. A lot of people that are involved in special teams believe this will change position groupings, that it will potentially change rosters. When you're talking about trying to find gunners that are a big part of your special teams, the Chiefs have used guys like Najee Johnson in that capacity. Maybe this will limit that. That all might be true. Tommy Townsend, he's not really involved in kickoffs. This is something kind of strange, but this will benefit the Chiefs, I do believe, especially in time crunch situations. You don't have to worry about the strategy of trying to set it up. If they're trying to squib you, they're trying to kick it short. Well, they can't. The Chiefs can call a fair catch, get it to the 25, and you'd only need 2 or 3 plays to get into field goal range from there. And this has been in college for quite some time, and it's a rule that I actually like. I think the hand-wringing over it is like, I kind of get overloaded with new changes and things like that whenever pass interference became reviewable. Like, I hated that. It's just like overload. Yeah. I think this is an okay rule, and it's only for 1 year. They may get rid of it after this, depending on how it goes. So I'm kind of good with it either way. I don't think it'll be too detrimental. Like Pat McAfee was going crazy about it today. It's like they'll figure it out. It's a player safety issue.
I guess the kickers our punters want to try to get an extra tackle other than, throwing the ball or something. They're like, hey, I want to be able to hit somebody. But I heard that it's for, safety. I heard that concussions has gone up on kickoffs the last 2 years. It's 2 times as much on offense and defense. So, they want to dodge all types of lawsuits or anything that they can get in the future. So,
yeah,
we're just going to keep guys healthy. It sucks because some guys are superstars on kickoff making tackles, shout out to Sorensen. Without him, we don't, that comeback versus the Texans on the kickoff. So I think we're going to see a lot more. Just kick the ball out of bounds. Don't give them no chance. They're going to get the ball at the 25.
Yep.
Good point.
Yeah, I think this will be something that we'll just gloss over next year, and it'll just become a normal part of football. Just how, we used to like the jacked up hits back in the day when ESPN used to air them, and now like I kind of look at football back then. It's like, man, like we were really hitting like that. Like it's changed. I didn't think I would change that way about how I thought about the big hits in the league, but I think more than so now, especially you see the Brian Gumble reports with some of the old NFL vets that were on there because of concussions and various injuries that they've had. It was probably a good thing to take that out of the game. And so it'll I think this might be similar. Like this is football in 2023 or 24 or whatever year we will be in.
Yeah, I agree. But we're going to move on here and talk a little bit about this kind of shuffled offensive line. We thought Jawan Taylor was going to come in, play left tackle. No, he's a very expensive right tackle. And we got Donovan Smith in here now at left tackle. And Brian, I'm going to start with you. What do you think of this offensive line? It looks great on paper if Donovan Smith can get back to form.
Yeah, you hit it right there. That's my only concern is that left tackle spot, the blind spot of Patrick Mahomes. But Andy Heck, O-line coach for the Chiefs, he's done a lot of great things since he's been here. Just look at the tackles that we've had. Orlando Brown Jr. was not your prototypical offensive lineman that Andy Reid typically gets. He's a bigger guy, more molded for the run game. Donovan Smith, I think, fits more of the offense more, but he struggled last year. There were penalties. There were, of course, sacks, but he's a vet, played, under Tom Brady. And I think that's important when you play with a guy like Tom Brady and you're moving to a guy in a similar football DNA with Patrick Mahomes in terms of competitiveness. You know what to expect. You know where the bar is. You know where the bar is on the team itself with a championship team. He has championship pedigree in himself. So I think all of those are positive. But we got to see it on the field, man. And I wasn't tripping when the Chiefs were saying Donovan Smith will be the left tackle and Jawan Taylor will be the right tackle. I'm not tripping at all based on the history of Andy Heck and what he's been able to do with the tackles that we've had. And it's a talented group, man. I think this group it has a lot of potential, and they haven't lived up to it yet with Niang. And then we
that's why we drafted Wanya.
Darian Kennard, and there's a lot of young talent on this team, man. That I think that people are just ringing the alarms about, man. Like, come on, man. We want more protection for Patrick Mahomes. There's nothing bad with that. We went through Super Bowl 55 with what we had, and you saw what happened. And I think Brett Veach learned a very important lesson that day.
And Shane, to me, this is a better line on paper than it was a year ago. And that's a testament to Brett Veach and the way he was able to arrange these pieces. Jawan Taylor's an expensive right tackle, like Noah mentioned. I mean, there's a lot of resources put into this. I get it. But this is a better line to me than it was in 2022. Yeah.
If Donovan Smith stays healthy, yes. I know a lot of people were talking about, our right tackle in free agency. They gave him too much money. And Mitchell Schwartz came out on Twitter and he said, when you're going up against Max Crosby and Bosa, that you're going to want to pay your right tackle that much. So if Mitchell Schwartz is going to come out and put his stamp of approval on keeping Jawan at right tackle and saying Chiefs did not overpay him, then I'm going to listen to Mitchell Schwartz. He knows. And the Chiefs gave Mitchell Schwartz a lot of money, if you remember back in 2015, to come to Kansas City to be the right tackle. So I think I'm going to listen to see how it all plays out. Granted, we hope Donovan Smith can play solid left tackle. And, of course, the core in the middle is solid, and it's great to know that our guest, Wanya Morris, got to know Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith throughout his college days. So it's really cool. And, but I'm anxious and I'm happy that Jawan Taylor's staying at the right tackle where he excelled. So I definitely think it is an improvement. There was too much bad tape out there on Orlando Brown Jr. getting burnt, power to him. He got the contract he wanted. This is all business, nothing against him personally, but I understand why they didn't want to make that signing for him. What do you think?
That's a good point by you and by Mitchell Schwartz that this isn't the old days where almost all of the great edge rushers lined up over the left tackle, other than like say a Reggie White. These guys flip-flop sides, they move all over. So you need a good left tackle and right tackle. Obviously, left tackle for right-handed quarterback. You don't want them taking those big blind shot hits, but still, as far as going up against talented defensive ends, they move all over. So there isn't a premium on, oh, we got to stop the great edge rusher who's always going to be over the left tackle. That's not the case nowadays.
And plus, Pat likes to scramble out to the right, so you want somebody that can hold it down when he's coming that way, because, we complained about Wiley for a couple seasons now. Like, we need something new. And, we got Taiwan, who's talented there. And now we have Donovan, and we got the young guys that are there, just in case things don't look the way that we want them to. So I love the move. You want the Super Bowl taught us a lesson a couple years ago, losing to Tampa Bay. You need as many good offensive linemen as possible so that you can run the ball, so that you can protect 15. So doing whatever, they need to is smart. Donovan's a vet. So, you want the vet. And we don't know. We didn't see Taylor. We haven't seen Taiwan. Maybe it's something that they saw and they were like, maybe he's not ready to be a left tackle yet. So let's give him one more year. I'm pretty sure in training camp OTAs, he's going to be playing like a little bit of swing tackle so they can kind of get him prepared for both just in case an injury happens or if Donovan doesn't look like what they want him to be. But it's nothing wrong with having a lot of talent on your O-line, and that's what the Chiefs are doing.
There's a lot of depth.
Yeah.
Clint, Noah, I want to say this real quick. You both came out of the Super Bowl, and you've said this many times. You both at Tampa Bay, and you saw the Chiefs running for their life. And you both said, Clint, you've said this many times, and I won't forget it. I know that the Chiefs are going to have a knee-jerk reaction to rebuilding this offensive line. Now that you see where we stand now, are you happy about that knee-jerk reaction, or where we stand in January, or where we stand May 23rd, 2023?
Noah, go for. I think we pretty much of the same opinion. I'm going to default to you on this one because I think we've talked about this quite a bit. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm not at the same position I was. I don't like all the money that they threw there, like Joe Thuney, now Jawan Taylor, but you have to have something. You can't go into Super Bowl 55 with what you had. And back then, I was of the mindset that you needed a Tyreek Hill. You needed great skill position players. And last year, they proved me wrong. Apparently, you don't. As long as you have Mahomes, Kelsey, and Reed, then you can spend all your money on the offensive line. I didn't think you could do that. I didn't want to do that. And so, yes, Shane, in a way, I was proven wrong. And I'm okay with this offensive line because Patrick Mahomes has made me be okay with this offensive line.
Question for you guys. Who were the top two offensive lines last year you feel in football?
Exactly. That I've asked that question many times, and I don't know the answer to it. I don't know who the best left tackle in the game is. I don't know who the best line is. I don't know if the Chiefs had a good, average, above average, great line last year. We couldn't run the ball.
It was definitely at least above average.
Okay, I'll take above average. Okay, but it's hard to quantify these things. So that's why I have sometimes I have a little bit of issue with the amount of resources that go into it. And, Joe Thuney's contract is sort of an albatross right now. He's a really good left guard for this team, but we went out and drafted Trey Smith in the 6th round, guys. We drafted Creed Humphrey in the 2nd. I love the way we built the line for the most part. Obviously, Orlando Brown, that didn't work. We weren't able to get a deal done. That was a 1st round pick that was kind of thrown away. We had to obviously get something done heading into 21. He was there, he played, but this is an offense that couldn't run the ball a year ago. I'm kind of with Noah in that I want to see what this offense can be with skilled position players. We've chosen not to go that route, and that's proven to be effective.
Yeah, but we've seen it before, like just having all these weapons in the line wasn't as great. We just have Mahomes, so he hides everything.
He also makes offensive lines better as well. Yeah. So there's that. It can't be both.
Kevin Capel in the comments said that Donovan Smith was a holding machine. You're blocking for Tom Brady. He's a statue.
He's a statue.
So sometimes you're going to have to grab and do whatever. But what I was saying,
receivers weren't getting separation last year.
Yeah, in the Super Bowl, I feel that 2 of the top 3 to 5 offensive lines were in the Super Bowl. The Eagles, who had a dominant offensive line, and the Chiefs. So clearly, I believe that you have to. Joe Burrow, that's been his issue, is that his O-line isn't great. So that's why. They haven't won a Super Bowl.
Well, that's just it, though. They've been to a Super Bowl, been to 2 straight AFC championships with this terrible offensive line. And I mean, I get it. You got to figure it out. They got Orlando Brown. Maybe it'll be better. But I don't know. I think that I've said it a lot. The difference between the number 5 offensive line and the 15th best offensive line, I don't know where that line is, and I don't know, it's not up to us to figure out that. It's up to Brett Veach to
Super Bowl like that. People are going to look at, what do they have? That's how you win a Super Bowl. The Rams win. Oh, you need this greatest show on turf. The Ravens win. Oh, okay, you win with defense now. Now that's what it is. You got to go to defense. So it's just this each year, this copycat league of people looking at what did the Super Bowl champs do? Okay, we got to get that. Unfortunately, for the rest of the league, you can't go get a Patrick Mahomes. So
when you look at it with the 49ers, their last 2 defensive coordinators got head coaching jobs, and that's eye-opening. Are they good at defensive coordinators? Sure, but Aaron Rodgers sprained his ankle today, so we're gonna have to see if the Jets can do something next season.
The Jets better have an O-line. That's all. They better be A-Rod.
Well,
with Brian, I want to go to you with this. Our schedule has come out. We haven't done a show since the schedule came out. We've got 6 primetime games, the most in the NFL, along with the Chargers, Bills, and Cowboys. What has stood out to you about this schedule? What's kind of raised an eyebrow? I know everybody's up in arms about Tyreek not coming back to Kansas City and that game taking place in Germany, but the 6 primetime games, you got to love it.
The NFL did drop that ball.
It's a couple of things, fellas. One, I don't like facing Denver twice in 2 weeks. Like,
it's very strange.
I know it's 3 weeks, but it's 2 weeks technically because you're looking at 12 and 29. So that's basically 2.5 weeks or so. So I'm that one, like, it's like, come on, man. We couldn't spread that apart. Like, I don't get
switch one of them with New England or something. Yeah.
It, like, and I know like different schedules like apply to different stadiums and you know, you gotta do all this other stuff or whatever. Okay, cool. But come on, man. We're facing a division rival 2 times within a month. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
And the late primetime games were confusing to me. Why are we going to Green Bay on? Is that a Monday night or Sunday night? I can't remember. I think that's Sunday night. Yeah. I think the New England one is a Monday night. Yeah. And those two, like, I think they can flex that Monday night at New England, right? I think that one's eligible to be flexed.
Yeah, Thursday. It's only the Thursday nights.
I think that's going to be a prime candidate to be flexed out. If they do that with Monday night games this year, I think they do. It's like the last 3 or 4 weeks or something. I'm not sure. But that Green Bay game, I can see that getting flexed out too. But Mahomes is such a ratings grabber now that you could throw up you can put the 2012 Chiefs against Mahomes and they'll show that on TV.
So it's Mahomes at Lambeau Field, so that's big time.
I guess, like,
yeah, Jordan Love.
It's Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Like,
don't sleep on Jordan Love.
Okay, Michael, come on, dog. You know,
we got a lot of weeks before then.
Michael, we usually see eye to eye on most things, but come on, dog. Jordan Love, man, we saw him live in action at Arrowhead, looking terrible.
Hey, but against the Eagles, he played good ball, so it's gonna be interesting.
But those things, besides that, it was as the Detroit game is unexpected too. But I personally, I love that. I think that's a feisty matchup for the Chiefs, and I think the league wants to showcase the new attitude and the new team that an ascending Detroit team might have. Golf versus Mahomes part 2. I think that's a part of it too. The Golf versus Mahomes back in
Rams
2018 game. And the Monday Night Football game, right? But besides that, it was business as usual, fellas. The Chiefs just got to come out.
First play schedule. You're always going to play it.
Like a bye week before the Eagles game. That's good.
I love the Jets early too. I like to get them out the way.
Yeah.
And the Eagles after the bye week.
I'm really disappointed in that week 1 game. Like, I know it's the Lions.
Really?
We expect them to be something this year, but whenever you think the Lions are going to be something, they usually don't. It was the perfect game to bring Tyreek in to play at Arrowhead. It was the perfect ball. Like, I know you want to save Cincinnati. You want to save Buffalo, but I know it was the perfect time to have Tyreek in. Tyreek would have kept talking about the Chiefs. It would have been all on his podcast, but now we have to see the Detroit Lions on the Thursday. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I hate it too.
Those are game. It is, boring? But I don't know. I agree with Brian. This is the NFL, obviously. Well, what did Dan Campbell say? Hey, they expect us not to go in there and get our asses kicked. We'll take that. That's what he's saying. And you know what? You're obviously you're not going to open with a divisional opponent. It's not going to be the Raiders, Chargers, or Broncos. So that's 6 teams off your schedule. 3, that you're not going to have at home.
I thought it was going to be Jacksonville.
That I could go with that.
It's at Never mind. It's at Jacksonville. Never mind.
Or
the Chiefs and Eagles just had the biggest Super Bowl watched freaking ever, man. And it was a hell of a game. They could have easily had a rematch to get the entire world back for NFL football. When the New England Patriots were in the dynasty in 2003-4, and when the New England Patriots were going to the Super Bowl in the mid-teens and whatnot, if they were opening up at home against the Detroit Lions, the entire world that had anything invested in that game would think, golly, the Lions at the Patriots? Come on, you guys. That is a lame freaking game. I don't care that the Lions got an awesome
Brian and Clint and Michael and Shane.
But I think and Shane and Michael, I see your points. I really do.
I do.
I think that the NFL think that this game is like a shoe-in. So, like, literally, you could throw in any team. Like, why not throw in this wild
card? It's the opening
Detroit
game.
Team.
People are going to watch.
Like, they're taking that for granted, fellas, with putting Detroit on there. Like, they're playing with house money, to be honest with you. When you got Mahomes at Arrowhead,
I agree.
Think about this. They want to try to give Detroit as much heat as they can because the draft is going to be in Detroit next year. So, they're trying to put that together.
Good point.
That's a good point.
You dropped the ball. Like,
thank you.
Tyreek watching his guys get the Super Bowl after everyone thought they wasn't going to win or be any good without him would have been the greatest thing to see his face. You could have had the camera on him all pregame.
But you can't play Detroit again overseas. We played them overseas 8 years ago.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be the Bears. I thought that was the Bears.
They could have made the Lions game a noon game for all I care.
There's only 2 of those,
right?
And one of them on Christmas.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Raiders on Christmas. I do like that. Last year, you guys remember, I was just banging the drum. Christmas Day, we dropped the ball because it was a Sunday, and the Chiefs had to play on Christmas Eve, and the NFL could. And now here we are. My wish is their command. The Chiefs and Raiders on Christmas Day. It's going to be a feast to remember. I usually do Chinese on Christmas Day. New tradition starts. Yeah, buddy. My mom can't cook her way out of a wet paper bag. What do you think?
Bro, you eat Chinese food on Christmas?
Dude, it's open. It's good. It's cheap. It's a tradition that's going to be broken this year because it's the Raiders coming to Colin. That's going to be
some Arrowhead nachos for Christmas this year.
There you go.
Christmas Day is a Monday this year. It's a Monday at noon.
But that is strange that they didn't have many games on Sunday when it was Sunday last year, but now on Monday we got. It's all the NFL. Don't ask, don't tell.
For me, because I have to see, Lakers, Chiefs. I don't know who I'm going to watch if they're at the same time.
Oh, the Lakers ain't playing in no noon. That's 10 a.m. Pacific. They ain't putting the Lakers on at that time.
That's true. Michael, and thank you for being here after saying goodbye in person to the Los Angeles Lakers last night, buddy. You had a long night.
Don't do that. Don't do that to us. Don't do that. Don't do that to us.
This is a football show. Not talking Lakers.
We'll be all right. When we get Damian Lillard, then you ain't gonna be talking that stuff. Everybody wants to come to LA, baby. Everybody wants to be a star.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No.
Trust me.
Trust me, 7 seed. They do not. And
they made it to the Final Four, man.
Right. We made it to the you know what? Michael? We got 17 championships. We ain't celebrate no Western Conference.
Yeah, we ain't celebrate no Western Conference finals.
Brian, did you cheer for the Raiders when they were in LA too?
Hell no, man. What are we doing? Don't curse me like that.
I'm gonna show my age here. The freaking Raiders. The Yankees and the LA Lakers are the freaking Kansas City's biggest rivalry. I grew up rooting for the Kings, and the Lakers were our biggest rivalry. To hear Michael and Brian say we as the Lakers, you might as well have a Raiders jersey hanging. Lakers are still our arch rival. Lakers are our arch rival.
The Queen.
No, the Lakers are tatted, baby.
No,
okay,
no,
look, man.
Rival.
Look, man, look, no. The Kings left. The Kings were gone by the time I was out of my mother's body. So they had left like 2 months before I was born. So I don't even know about the Kansas City Kings. I only know about the pictures y'all put up in the videos I see on YouTube. Okay, at Kemper Arena. I don't even know if they played at Kemper Arena. I just see it on YouTube, and these are the things that y'all tell me. So throughout my life, I've only known the Sacramento Kings. I don't know about the Kansas City Kings.
Dude,
now, I'll say this: now if the Kings come back,
it's on.
I'm Kansas City Kings fan.
Michael, the truth of the matter remains, you were in the presence of LeBron James, yeah, ho hum. But earlier in the week, you were in the presence of Sophie Cunningham. Where's she at? Where's the interview? Why isn't she on this show right now? And why isn't she dating me?
No, I don't think. I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to Sophie about that. But then she'll be back in LA, so I'll make sure I have her give you a shout out. And show you some love.
Okay.
I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
What I have is 8 straight playoff appearances.
Ooh, look at that.
Longest active playoff streaks, Chiefs, then the Bills and Bucks, whatever they're doing down there. But 8 in a row, my friends. Oh, how crazy.
It should be 10. It should be 10.
Except our wide receivers couldn't catch touchdowns in
14. Yeah.
But man, like Andy Reid, man. And this is why he's the best coach in Chiefs history. No, all due respect to Schottenheimer and all due respect to Hank Stram.
Mm-hmm.
But since Andy Reid has gotten here, the moment he stepped foot in Kansas City, it has been like the bar has just been raised so high.
Well, to go with your point, Brian.
Yeah.
I have this.
Look at that. There we go. In the last 10 years, and it's 10 years since Andy Reid has became head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Chiefs are the winningest franchise in American sports, it looks like, with a 722 win percentage,
baseball,
man.
Basketball and football.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And that Andy Reid single-handedly did that by him. Well, not by himself, but he's the leading force in this thing. Just think about it, man. Think about the torture that we went through with those 4 years under Pioli from 2009 up until 2012. I'm not even going to talk about the couple of years before then. But when Andy Reid came up in here and got Alex Smith and he went to work, remember the Chiefs had a 9-game winning streak that year?
Yep.
Started out, I mean, since he stepped foot in Kansas City, Andy Reid has made the Chiefs an immediate contender, man. And he just doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion.
And Shane, this is surreal to see this to me.
It is.
10 years when we went through, I mean, yeah, the Chiefs were the winningest NFL franchise of the 90s, I think tied with the Bills as far as a regular season win percentage. But to see this in all of American sports, I am blown away.
In the middle of a dynasty. The New England, the second dynasty hadn't even started in 2013 yet. They didn't win a Super Bowl to the next year against the Seahawks.
Then a couple more after that. So, yeah, unbelievable, guys.
In the middle of a dynasty. Crazy.
I love it.
I can't believe the Clippers are on there. That's crazy.
That doesn't even.
Oh God.
Make sense. That's what makes me wonder if this is legit because that is that.
Look. All right, look at this. The Warriors. The Warriors, another dynasty.
Yep.
They had a 73-9 season.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And the best regular season in NBA history, and the Chiefs are above them by a good margin. That speaks volumes in itself right there. Another dynasty with 4 championships.
I think that the San Francisco Giants have won at least 3 World Series in that time, 2 or 3, and so they're not even on here as in the top 10. And
Andy Reid definitely deserves credit, but come on, guys, it's the marriage between Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Yes.
5 straight AFC Championship games at home. We didn't smell AFC Championship games at all, whether it was at home or on the road, from 1993 until 2018. And the last time we went was with Joe Montana, which was in Buffalo. That was the only AFC Championship game that I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, me too.
So it takes the marriage between Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes for us to be on this pedestal, going through this dynasty. And it's something that we have to embrace. And it's something that we have to enjoy. And I'm on cloud 9, guys. I'm loving every freaking minute of this.
Hell yeah,
I'm
we
ready
deserve
to
this.
keep it going. Heck yes, we deserve it. And I'm stoked to see what happens. Will the Chiefs get a veteran free agent after June 1st? What's going to happen with DeAndre Hopkins? I don't think it's going to happen with him. I think he's sending out a lot of love for Josh Allen. He did say Jalen Hurts above Patrick Mahomes in his top 5. He said Josh Allen. I know we're changing the subject here, but I know we're going to wrap it up here. So I just kind of wanted to say this of late. We all saw the interview with DeAndre Hopkins. First off, you guys went down to Miami and interviewed him yourselves, and he kind of beat around the bush of what was going to happen. But now he's kind of saying that he's mentioned in his top 5 quarterbacks would be Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes after Jalen Hurts. That's kind of a shock to me. We're going to have to see if that happens after June 1st. I'm good with the current wide receivers we have on the roster. What do you think, Noah?
Again, this goes back to my last point where I'm not when I just look at the roster and just my feelings and about the receiver position and skill players in general. But last year taught me that I guess I have to be fine with this and everything will be okay. Is that what
we tried to tell you, man. Me and Michael, we tried to tell you all season, dog. Everything was going to be cool.
Well, do you guys feel
and cool?
Yeah, any of y'all can answer. Do the Chiefs need the veteran presence to come in and take?
Not right now. I don't think we need it. It would like now. I ain't gonna turn down none of my collar. You know what I'm saying? If DeAndre Hopkins wants to come here, I saw something about Mike Evans. What? Can you imagine him and Patrick Mahomes?
Yes.
Are we serious? So.
Guys,
but it's so much talent in that wide receiver room right now, man. We just drafted a guy. We got Justin Ross. We don't know what he has available. Along with the guys that we've already had, MVS. I have not heard his name all off season, and he was one of the bigger parts of the playoff run. So I will welcome it, but I don't think it's necessary at this point.
Yeah. I think that's be a far-fetched situation at this point to add anybody of substance.
Our number 1 pass catcher. His name is Travis Kelce. As long as he's doing his thing, find ways to get other guys the ball. Hopefully, guys develop, can beat one-on-ones, and you have Patrick Mahomes, baby.
That's a good way to send us off here. We have Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs are good. That's what we learned today. Thanks to Wanya Morris for joining us here on Arrowhead Allies. That was a true
Alex
treat.
Brown.
Downtown Alex Brown, you were awesome, man, my man. If that would have been me, like on the my mom dragged my ass to the Marcus Allen show or something back in the day and threw me up there, I would have been
Channel
like,
5?
I don't know what I would have done. William Jackson's up there. I'd have been like, Marcus, do you know O.J. Simpson? Do you know Nicole Brown? So, oops.
You would have asked, are you serious?
No, I'm just
they
joking.
would have threw you
nervous and asked the wrong one.
See, Clint, they would have threw you out like how they do Jazz on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That is my point. I would not have been able to rise to the occasion like Alex did. And, this is for entertainment purposes only. Some people in there got the joke, of course. Anyway, look it up. Arrowhead Allies. We'll be back whenever we're back. We decide that.
Breaking news after June.
We will be ready for it.
And real quick, me and Noah will be breaking down our interviews and what we get from Isaiah Pacheco. So stick with Starcade and stick with Shaggy Shane Entertainment. Noah and I will be chasing Pacheco around Sunday afternoon. So stay here on this YouTube page. Anything you want to say in closing about that, brother Noah?
Hey, make him do the dance. Make him dance.
Don't listen when they say you can only ask questions about the football camp. Don't listen, Shane. Just remember that.
They told us that about Tyreek. He had his podcast. He was saying a lot of stuff. They said, keep it all about the camp.
No,
and I don't think there was one question about the camp, but that's okay. Because that's what the media does. We go get the stories that you want. You don't really want to hear a story about the youth football camp. You want the story about the podcast, him throwing Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes under the bus. And we'll try to get that from Isaiah Pacheco. We'll try to get the news, whatever is going on with his shoulder, his wrist, his labrum. We'll have that for you, like Shaggy Shane said, on Shaggy Shane Entertainment right here on Starcade Media. And hey, we got Patrick Mahomes, baby, and Chiefs are good. Starcade Media out. Go Chiefs!
Go Chiefs!